they decided that they were going to make him lose credibility. What did they do? They plotted to go to the forest to catch a bird. All right? And then they would call everybody into the town hall meeting, something like this that we're having. But one of them will hold the bird by the neck, and then they will ask the guru, what did we go to do in the forest today? Of course the guru will know. We say we want to catch a bird. And then they say, okay, that bird that we caught, is it dead or is it alive? Right? If the guru says the bird is dead, we'll free the bird up so that we'll discredit the guru. And if he says the bird is alive, we'll, and so that the bird is dead. So on the day it happened, it actually happened. And they all gathered around the guru. Said, Guru, what did we do today? The guru said, you went to the forest. He said, yes, brilliant. One of them held the bird like this. I mean, the other surrounded him. What did we do in the forest? He said, we caught a bird. And he said, well done. That bird that we caught, is it dead or is it alive? And the man stood like this, waiting for what his hand should do. And the guru shook his head. And he said, the life of that bird is in your hands. The life of that bird is in your hands. If I tell you it's dead, the bird will leave. If I tell you it is alive, the bird will die. You choose what you want to do with it. You see what I'm saying to you, we're laughing about it. On April 9th this year, choose what you want to do. But before you choose, ask yourself one question, and one question only, before you cast your vote. Am I better off today than I was 4 years ago? Am I better off today than I was 8 years ago? Am I better off today than I was 12 years ago? That is the reign of PDP. And whatever answer you get ought to determine how you vote. I don't even want to tell you how it will be. But if the answer is that you are not better off, then one thing that we have settled is you don't vote for PDP. Because they are the ones that have been in charge of your life all through. Alright? So there are other parties. Which one will you vote for? And that is what has brought me here. My own recommendation to you is that you vote for Action Congress of Nigeria. You know why? Because I am there. Because no that is there. All my life, and I'll tell you a bit of that. I'm a builder. I'm a builder of men. I'm a builder of institutions. And I never do them for myself. I build them. I say to myself, they are sustainable. I walk away. I leave them in the hands of other people who will be running them. In 1990, we started building Guarantee Trust Bank. As far as I was concerned, by the year 2003, my job was done. I left. I haven't been managing director of Guarantee Trust Bank in 9 years. I haven't been on their board in 6 years. This week, they announced a profit of 48.6 billion before tax. When I was managing director, the most I made was 4 billion. They are better than me, and I knew that, and I had to allow them to do it. The worst I could have done to that institution was to stay in there, like that bear, snuffing its life, and thinking that I'm doing a better job. Right? I've gone, but you know what? Every time those figures get published, people call me up and say, fantastic, see what you built. And that's enough for me. That's enough for me. What they bring to me every year to live on, I can't finish it just by living after doing my job. The same thing with Lead of Faith. Right? It's running. We don't have to get there every morning for it to run. So I build and I know when it is time to leave. All I'm living for is a legacy. And that is part of this, that is why this journey is like that. I believe that as a capsule, Ibadan and Fola, Adeola are much stronger, much better, more vigorous, closer to the youth. When you take an average age, you are closer to your age. And you know what? I speak your lingo. I know what you mean when you want to fashion me. And I know where to turn. I know when to answer cool, right? And I know that recently, in the last 2 or 3 days, Elizabeth Taylor died. I know, I'm current. I know PDD. I know J-Lo. You know, I said, therefore, know that when the bank sold out on you, I know that you protested. Yeah. I'm current. I have a 28-year-old, I have a 25-year-old, I have a 19-year-old. And if I didn't have them, aren't you all my children at the end of the day? Okay? So I just happen to see me like this. I also wear jeans. Right? And we understand ourselves. I believe most importantly, family and truly, that any country that does not think about its future is about to quench. That's the word. And the future is about the children. You know, George Benson said that many years ago, that children are our future. You know, who knows that song? You know? Yeah, that's the song. You know, so I think I've covered those 3 questions, and to the extent that they don't represent the additional question, we'll take 3 more, and I'll tell you why we'll take 3 more. From the airport in Ibadan here to get here, we took the mastery of our driver, and still it took us 1 hour. Ibadan airport shuts at 6 o'clock, and we have to take a plane off just around that. So let us take the next set of 3 questions. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
My name is Adeola.
Yes, ma'am.
The question I have is...
You have a question? Need it? Oh, I saw your hand up. No, I've taken it before.
My question is on educational system. Adeola. My question is on the educational system of Nigeria. I observed that the people that came from poor background find it difficult to go to school now. Now, I heard that in the time past, they used to even give salary or pay salary to the institutional students. That encourage them to put more effort to the academic section. Now, but nowadays the school fees are exorbitant. There's so many parents, they find it difficult to send their children.
All right. What was number 2? Okay, I'll bring it. Stay there. Name?
Good evening, sir. Fola Blessing. Blessing. Yeah. Sir, I have an observation and also a question for you. Sir, during the talk, I had a lot of questions in my mind, but you were so, should I say, you did not really come up like talking about your political ambition. You came and you challenged with the youth. Thank you for that. And my question, I wouldn't resist in asking you, is that what is the probability that when you reach there, you're going to do all what you say you will do? And how, is there any other thing we can do, like writing it down for like an agreement? It should just be between you and us. Writing it down that yes, I was in this program on this day. This was what I said. And our president is going to sign on this and you're going to sign on this. So in case of anything happens, we're going to hold you on that.
Number 3. Are you number 3?
My name is Adeola from Korea Ambassador. You see, when people were agitating, they normally say that the source of income of Nigeria is only crude oil. We can see that we only focus on that. But you made mention of employment. Although I don't know much about the state foundation, maybe to embark on agriculture or others. But you see, in the olden days, according to history, you see that we learned that Nigeria depends on agriculture. But how are you assuring us that it is not only petroleum that will be the source of our income? What are the plans that you have towards agriculture? Although the youth of nowadays, they don't want to do a strenuous work, but there are some other ways by which to implement the policies concerning the agriculture to make life easy for the youth to embark on the agriculture.
I accepted 4 And I think there was somebody in that, was it you? No, you want to speak it. No. So we settled there.
Thank you very much. My name is Adeola. I'm going to be from Ekiti State, the coordinator of Project Highway.
It can't be you because you picked the person from the front.
Basically, people are talking education, health, and other sectors. Me, I want to talk from civil society area. Now, as a matter of fact, majority of us that we are into advocacy, youth engagement, youth development, and all sorts of. I realize the kind of product Nigeria is bringing to place as a leader. Majority of them, they are just fortunate. Starting from this moment, I want us to believe this fact. Enough is enough. We don't want just any unfortunate leader together. We want a leader that really, fear God.
Hello.
That is to say, majority of us, we are first degree, second degree, we decided to float in NGO civil society without pay. You said something the other time, you started GTB. GTB today is one of the biggest, one of the functioning banks in Nigeria. Fine. What about great number of us that we're crawling from one corner to another to ensure that we give life, we give hope to the vulnerable groups? We're talking about vulnerable group, orphans and vulnerable children. There's something more. We are talking the other time when we were presenting the manifesto for Nigerian youth. We are talking about the disability group. For instance, if I'm not able to be here, and I'm willing to be here, nobody to hate me to come here. And a lot of them have some job tests. But most of our leaders were just neglected outside when they are not even taking care of themselves and the able work. How do you do it to ensure you engage? Do something for the vulnerable group. Let it come first. Let's also